We're back with the bad vibe with Dwight and Jeremy.
All right, this is episode 91.
Oh, yeah. 91.
Sometimes we forget, sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes go fuck yourself.
What does it matter? We like to say it and we feel bad when we don't, but it doesn't matter at all.
It's usually towards the end.
If you're listening to this, it says it on the
it.
description.
There's been some that we've missed. Mm-hmm. They didn't say it all.
We forgot. We were all excited to do episode 50, and we forgot to say it.
Fucking
so we did a big
it,
thing for episode 51.
But anyways, all right. So, did you have anything to start out with?
Well, I saw an article the other day that said that airplanes, like airline companies or whatever they're called, have banned you bringing these Coke bottles on that are shaped kind of like little bombs. I think it was some kind of promotion that Coke did with Star Wars or something. Have you seen
look like
those?
Bombs?
I guess.
They're small, like real short, little
round, I guess.
Yeah.
They look like bombs. So you can't
like
bring
a
that
grenade.
on. Not because it's more than 4 ounces of liquid or whatever. Because I don't think Coke is technically liquid. You know what I mean? But they said because they look like bombs, you can't bring them on. And I was thinking, because we talked last week, or maybe the week before, that people can bring peacocks and horses and shit. So you can have... We are at a place in the world where you can have a horse and a peacock on a plane, but not a Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Like, what has happened?
Unless it's one of theirs.
What has happened?
They're going to pour half of it into a cup with ice.
Yeah. I mean,
and a bag of 5 pretzels.
If you had to have your Coke on a plane, you'd have to somehow hide it on a horse, and that would be okay. Because this is what I was thinking. Do they?
You have it up the horse's ass.
Yeah.
You're like reaching in there, you pull it out, and you're like, the guy sitting next to you is like looking at you funny. You're like, want some? I got more in there.
It's like there's the Pepsi challenge. The Coke challenge is getting your hand in there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's not as straight in as you think. That's what I always said about.
Well, they have the dog or the horse, or whatever, go up into the little thing where it lifts its hands up, and the little.
I was thinking that. I wonder if they go through. What if your horse just? What if it's an Arabian horse? If it's an Arabian horse, does it get like what's the word I'm looking for? Stereotype, whatever it's called. Like, you know, it's Arabian. It's from the Middle East. It comes through with those long legs and shit, and they're like, I don't trust this one.
What if they just had a camel?
There's no way you're getting a camel on a plane. Because the camel types have blown up too many planes.
Yeah.
It's like, look, we don't want to be dicks about this. But
they're like, hey, what's he hiding in that hump?
Exactly. Well, it's too on the nose.
Yeah.
A camel on a plane would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Are there there's probably mini camels. There's mini everything, right?
Miniature camels?
Yeah.
Everything has like some kind of a stunted growth form.
Like miniature dicks.
I mean, like, there's probably like miniature ants. You know, like miniature, like...
I don't think
everything.
I think all ants are miniature.
No, but even more miniature compared to the other ones.
Can't see them.
You know what I mean?
It's like Ant-Man. He's miniature ant.
There's miniature horses. You know, it's like.
Well, I know my like stepsister and her husband. They were raised in miniature.
Like the dwarf
cows.
syndrome stuff is in everything, right?
No, but that's
miniature
not dwarf
cows?
syndrome. That's they
like
breed
it's a full.
It looks like a. It looks like a full-on like Bremer bull, except it's tiny.
Is that what they make sliders out of?
I guess. Breakfast steaks, those little ones. It's because I remember I was going to their house and they live like they have cows and stuff, you know. And I saw this like
instead of New York strip, it's a Staten Island strip.
It's a Rhode Island strip.
Oh gosh. Anyway.
Oh shit. Oh shit. But anyway, I was going to their house, and they have, like, cows around their house and stuff always. And I saw this pen, like, kind of far away, and I was looking, I was like, it looks like I was like, does that look tiny because my eyes are getting bad? Or is that a tiny cow? You know what I mean? Because it was, like, cute, you know? It was the size of a real big dog, I guess. So I got into their house, I was asking my brother-in-law about it, and he was like, I said, is that a miniature bull and cow out there? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, my next question is why? Like, are you trying to trick people? Make them think they have Alice in Wonderland syndrome?
Do like a big bull, like a little bull?
They do something. I mean, it's like miniature horse. Like a miniature horse isn't just a midget horse. They knew it was going to be miniature. Like they made them. Like
genetically?
Yeah, well, like selectively.
They got like a small petri dish and made it in there.
They got they selectively breed. It's the same way. All right, like all dogs are descended from like a wolf.
Yeah.
So Shih Tzus and fucking those ones with the
Like we come from monkeys?
Shar-Peis. No, like more direct. Like a wolf can fuck a dog and have babies.
Oh shit!
Like they're the same thing.
They're gonna come out mean, right?
I mean, I don't know.
All right, because like let's say like a Great Dane.
Yeah.
Can fuck like a Yorkie,
Yeah.
right? And they would
If
have
he can
puppies.
get his dick in it,
And they would have puppies.
because their pussies are probably tiny.
They would have puppies though.
Yeah, but I think it would have to be a Yorkie boy fucking a Great Dane.
Because
girl.
like a Great Dane can't fuck a fucking cat. They're not gonna.
Can.
You know, can. I mean, people fuck cats. I think we talked about it.
Anybody can
Got
fuck a
episode
cat.
like 8, 9 or something like
Anybody
that.
can fuck a cat if they really want to.
But I mean like it won't have like
No,
offspring.
any two canines, I guess. Because like a coyote
They had
and
a
wolf,
fucking cartoon about it though.
cat dog,
It didn't have like genitals.
it didn't show the fucking.
It was both dudes.
But what I'm saying is, any canine, a wolf can fuck a coyote can fuck a dog can fuck a wolf, and they can have babies.
Wow.
That's why they have those coy dogs, where it's half coyote, half like regular dog.
So all right, what would it look like though?
What if a wolf fucked like a?
Yeah.
What's the our neighbor used to have? What is that?
Oh.
Tuffy. What is Tuffy?
A Yorkie.
A Yorkie. Yeah. Okay. So if a wolf fucked a Yorkie, first of all, that wolf needs to be like that's got to be a crime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? like come on,
Yeah, but
man.
wolves are like they're like beasts. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
You know what I mean? They're the criminals of the dog family.
Yeah.
They're the cousin no one wants to talk about.
They go to jail, and it's like that scene on Mighty Ducks. It's like 2 minutes, well worth it.
They're bad. They're the hyenas on like Lion King.
Yeah, except that they're probably like,
Hyenas are cats though, right?
nah, I don't think hyenas are. I don't.
They're not like any of those.
I read it. I don't think they're directly related to dogs or cats. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. This should be called the No Google or whatever. But
no Google.
yeah, because we always like think of a fact, like I don't know, and then we're just like, anyway. If you listen to this as like
I don't care
research,
too much about that. So
if you listen to this for research, you're fucked. You know?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't either. I think there's more comedy in not knowing sometimes. It's just going with our...
If somebody told you that we talked about hyenas on episode 91 of the Bad Vibe podcast, and you're like, oh, I'm going to go take notes because I got a paper on hyenas, right?
They're like, they're neither cat nor dog,
Right.
but a Great Dane can fuck a cat. It just won't have babies.
It shows that on their paper, in quote, because they have to do their page, their cited page at the end of where they got their information.
Bibliography? I don't know if I said that right.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been a long time since I had to like write like that. You know what I mean? Like research thing and all that.
Yeah,
you're talking about. I did that in the early 2000s.
Like when you do that, it's for fun, not for like schoolwork or any kind of
But do you think we have a lot of students that listen?
I don't know.
Like high school or college students? I hope we do. I hope that we, and this is like, I mean, obviously, like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like realistically, I hope there are like 15, 16, 17-year-old kids who, even if they don't like us, they do like the idea of not like restraining your vocabulary. Like, say what you want.
I think they can't sit still long enough to listen to a podcast.
You can run and listen to a podcast.
You know what I mean, though?
I'm sure they're all like playing fucking Fortnite, but if I was playing Fortnite and I don't for sure know what Fortnite is, I'd be listening to a podcast while I do it.
It's a night full of forts.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a game that takes place over one night. We have to stay in a fort.
And so you're going to play a game, and then you're going to make a fort, right? And then you just play, like, Mario Kart in it or something, right?
Fortnite is a game where you stay in a fort for 14 days of nights. 14 days of nights?
Fortnite?
Isn't that a movie? 30 Days of Night. It's a good movie.
Mm.
But, yeah, so back to... I don't know how we got to dogs fucking cats, but you can't have Coke bottles on the airplane.
How did we get to that? Damn, okay.
I have no idea.
All
That's
right, so
what they should do a study on.
Camels and...
Camels.
Somehow miniature horses. Or
miniature camels.
Yeah,
And you
miniature
get a
camels,
miniature
miniature... Yeah, look at that.
I'm pretty impressed that we traced that back.
All right. So anyway. All right, so the other day I was talking to a guy, and he was like... He was like looking for a job, right? Mm-hmm. He was talking to me about stuff or whatever, and I guess in the conversation, he was kind of saying some things I wouldn't like if I were a manager or something, I wouldn't hire him, right? And
Wait. He told you something that made you think you wouldn't hire him.
Yeah, like just the way he was talking about stuff.
He said if he was a manager, he wouldn't hire you.
No. Some things he was saying.
Guy.
Some things he was saying just wasn't really, you know. Anyways, he could tell he was like losing me, right?
What was your? He's looking for a job. You are a person who gives jobs, but he wasn't looking for a job from you.
He was.
He was getting a job.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I was like, well, I've been kind of busy, and I haven't been able to look over things. And he's like, doesn't look like it's been busy. And I was like, well, I've been busy.
He said that when he's there trying to get a job?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I was
he should have been giving you a hand job while we were talking.
Anyways, we were talking about stuff, and he brought his daughter in or whatever. And
she should have been giving you a hand job while he was talking.
She was like 3. So
okay, so
anyways,
a 2-handed hand job.
So that didn't work out. But no, anyways, he was talking about stuff, and then he got like real religious.
Really?
Like, I was like, hey, I heard like, you know, my friend or whatever told me that you were going to come in and apply, and I was like, how do you know him? And he's like, oh yeah, something about whatever. And then we used to go to this church, and then he's like, well, anyway.
He just stamped denied when he said church.
Hold on. He was like, you know, it's a whatever. It's a good. He was doing it like his eyes were squinting. He was like, it's a good Christian church, and like nodding his head to the side, like it's a good Christian church.
He's just bullshitting us.
And I was just like, all right, yeah. I mean, that's all right, man. Anyways, I was trying to like change the subject.
When a white dude says church, he doesn't have to say Christian. You know he's not a Muslim.
It was a Mexican dude.
Oh.
So anyways, he kept talking about it, and he's like saying that like he's a preacher or pastor or whatever is a really good guy. He's like he's got like tattoos all over his arms, and
somehow
he was a criminal, and you know,
all were.
He was a criminal and got out, and like he became a good Christian, and now he's whatever. And I was just like, I was so aggravated.
There's a certain kind of Christianity. It's those big churches usually, and like the dude that runs the shit, maybe not the main guy like the Joel Osteen type, but the underlings or the one that runs the kids or whatever. He always has tattoos and kind of a like what was a cool haircut 15 years ago, and he wears like skinny jeans and fucking. Where I'm describing one of our cousins right now.
Yeah.
And he had some trouble with the law in the past, and then he found God.
And now he's got a story to tell him like you don't want to go the wrong way.
He's like, look, man. I know how it is. I used to steal, and I used to do drugs, and I used to do, whatever. So, but God found, and it's like, shut the fuck up. So here's what you're really.
So they're like, all right, so I can go and fuck around.
Yeah,
and I can still come back.
You gotta ask the guy, how old were you when you like straightened out? He's like, oh, I was 28. He's like, well, I'm 16. I got 12 years of fucking and doing drugs and stealing from Walmart before I have to. If I'm gonna follow your lead, because you know you're the role model. I'm trying to do what you did. I gotta get some herpes.
So, anyways, with this guy, he was like, he said something, and he's like, you know, whatever, like, you know, it's a good Christian, and he's like, it's a good Christian background, and it's, you know,
I just can't stop imagining with the stamp.
He's like,
denied.
He's anyways, he keeps saying it's like love and marriage. Remember that song?
Love and marriage.
What's that movie? That show?
Yeah, I can't think of
it. I think it's like Family Matters.
I was too.
There's clearly
it's not. It's Al Bundy. What's the show called?
I don't remember. Married with Children.
Yes.
At the very end, where it's like,
yeah.
No. Anyways, so this dude keeps talking about stuff, and he's like, you know, it's a good Christian, you know, whatever. He's like, my mom was, I don't know why. We're supposed to talk about fucking like work stuff, right?
Yeah, you don't care how much of a whore his mom was.
So, anyways, he's like, my mom was Catholic, but now I'm a Christian, and I was like,
Catholics are Christian.
Yeah, I was like.
They follow
He's
Christ.
Clearly just, you know what I mean,
they
saying
got
all this
pictures
shit.
of the motherfucker everywhere.
He's like a white dude. He's like, I'm probably like a, you know, like a Baptist or something.
He's looking at
you,
30-something white dude.
He's
thinking,
knows
you got a couple of kids.
He's thinking that I'm, you know, like
he thinks you go to like one of those mega churches and you put your hand up.
Yeah.
When the preacher's talking.
Like I put my hand up like someone's giving me a high five.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for it.
What is that?
Someone's leaving me hanging.
That's what it is. Hey, it's God leaving you hanging. You're trying to get a high five from the guy that you're praising, and he's not giving one back. He's leaving you hanging.
And then you're like, all right, come on, both hands. Give me 10 now. Come on, man.
I wish that I could infiltrate that kind of church, the non-denominational mega church types, and somehow work myself up to being prominent and just change it. And change it to where their hands are face down when they put them up. So it's the Nazi salute. Just to see if I can make a change, and then the whole church would do that.
Get them all to do like the Longhorn.
Yeah, anything. Or like the rock and roll devil hands or whatever. It's like anything.
Tell them all to grow their hair out, and then like, go back and forth,
and slowly start tweaking the church music. Some of that church music is pretty good.
Turn the light music, or the light down, and like start, there's like
the lighters out.
There's like spotlights on the stage. Like it slowly turns into a rock concert.
Get some of the girls to show their tits.
Start having like alcohol there, right?
Eventually, church is badass. We're just not talking about God at all anymore.
They move it to Friday night or Saturday night.
The church stays up until 4 a.m.
Oh, shit.
It's a church that, the funny thing is, I'm not even into that. So it's like, I wouldn't even go, but I would enjoy it if that was church. Remember when we were kids and we used to go to Cool Church or whatever? Me and you used to go just like, because there was hot chicks there. Cool Church. By the airport.
A huge one?
By the airport.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
I feel like they were just wrangling kids to rape them and we just got lucky.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, come out behind this hangar at the airport, all these kids, and there's like a dude in charge. And remember there was like an upstairs? I'm pretty sure he was fucking kids in there. It
seemed like we weren't supposed to be there.
It did, because we weren't.
It really, they're like, yeah, come over here. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, get dropped off. We can have a lot of cars outside.
Yeah, your mom can't come. This is only for the cool kids. And the next thing you know, he's like plowing a 12-year-old or whatever. Because you were like you were probably around that. You were young, right? Like 13, 11 or 12, 14, 13. Yeah. But yeah, we used to go to this thing because we went to this church with our mom. You were too old, but somehow you still got in. And there was no way that dude was going to fuck me. A 16, 17-year-old dude. Not that good
looking. Sorry, dude. Right?
I know.
He seemed kind of down.
I wish he would have fucked me. At least I'd have a good story. Yeah. If a preacher fucked me, we talk about that. You're like, I went to an abandoned airport and got fucked by a preacher. I went to an abandoned airport and didn't get fucked by the preacher. This is bullshit. That's almost a better story. They're like, how? I don't know. I'm not that attractive. I'm definitely not like. Was that like we only went there once or twice, right? Yeah, we went a few times. Because I remember Mom be like, I like that y'all go to church. And we would go. We would just look at girls' asses. There was a lot of hot girls there. And they always had like snacks and shit. So we were just, I guess we were kind of being the creeps. The preacher, I'm sure, was fucking kids. I remember they had basketball goal. He just wanted to see, like, their fucking tits bounce. He wanted to, like, work out, you know? He wanted to get up a sweat, because, he wanted them to, like, wear themselves out to where they couldn't fight back and get away. Yeah, that makes sense. Right? He's like, yeah, play basketball. Go up and down the stairs a few times. Then come to the... He's all right, guys. He's like... Hit the showers. Right? He smacks one on the ass. Right? The shower is just his dick raining jizz all over him. That's gross. Yeah, but it happened. I would bet money because I remember the dude who kind of ran that, and he was that type. Like I said earlier, they always had like a troubled past and tattoos so he was like. But see, and the thing is though, like our cousin who is one of those. He's like a preacher for little kids or whatever. They dress like they try to dress trendy. If you're in your 30s and you're trying to dress what 16 and 17-year-olds think is cool, there's something wrong with you. Unless they don't think you are. No, they definitely don't. But unless you're famous, if you're famous and your fan base is that, maybe that's still weird. But like if you're a comedian or a rock star that for some reason your fan base is like late teen people, I could see dressing like kind of like they do, but. Yeah, the dude was skinny. There were no skinny jeans back then, but the dude was for sure fucking somebody. Did he ever fuck you? No. It'd be great if he did, and you're just not telling me. They're like, well... You're like, I didn't want to say, but... Yeah, he plowed me like the back 40. I'm like, damn, dude. So, anyways... Yeah, so that dude... I remember you being uncomfortable in the seat on the way home, but I didn't know. That dude definitely wasn't getting a job. What's crazy is, come on in next day for the interview. Never fucking showed up. He's probably like, I didn't really... He's like, trailed off there about the religious shit. Yeah, he's like, I think I went a little heavy. It's like when you try to put salt on your steak and the top comes off. He's like, sprinkling religion? Shit! Yeah. I dumped the whole fucking thing. Nobody likes that much salt. He's like, I dumped it all on there. I went and got more and dumped it on there. Nobody likes that much salt or religion. Even the Pope. If you talk to the Pope and you're just, God, he's like, come on, man, let's talk like basketball or something. He's like, shit. You don't know anything about soccer? He's like, this is my life all the time. For real. Imagine if you met the Pope. Just never mention religion. You'd probably be like, you'd be memorable and he might like you. Yeah. If I met the Pope, I don't think I'd know unless he was all poped up. Like we're sitting in line, waiting, yeah, to get our coffee or something. I don't know what it is. And I'm like, hey, so what do you do? And he's wearing the hat. He's like, well, I cover up child assault.
I'm like, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I'm like the Pope or whatever. I'm like, that's cool.
What if you said, what do you do? And he's like, the Pope. If you just didn't know, you're like, the Pope? He's like, I'm the leader of the Catholic Church. You're like, which one? He's like, all of them. You're like, holy shit. You're in line for coffee?
Like, can you get him to stop doing that whole, like, or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, I kind of can't, man. You know?
Could you make a Catholic wedding not 3 hours long? If you could just fix that, he'd be my favorite Pope of all time. Or a Catholic. Have you ever went to a Catholic
wedding?
That's what I said, wedding.
Oh, funerals, weddings, they take forever.
Have you ever went to a rosary where you had to be there because you were like part of the family?
No, I got invited to one or whatever.
Brutal. If you have to stay for the whole thing, it's a day. It's
There's
just
like
a day gone.
A whole lot of people just talking and talking.
The person fucking is like, by the time it's over, it's just bones in the casket.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, cause like, let's fucking wrap this shit up. Because they sit there and they got their little beads, and then the guy says like, and Hail Marys or whatever, and they say this prayer, and then next bead prayers, next bead prayer, and I'm watching him do it with the beads. And he's all the way to the end, and he starts over, and I was like, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just, I wish it was a bracelet instead of a necklace. You know, a bracelet and beads would be done in like 15 minutes.
What if at your church, when girls show their tits, they throw beads, and it's those beads,
They throw rosaries to them.
I remember when I was, when they were trying to make me Catholic back when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade.
Yeah, it didn't take.
They gave me glow-in-the-dark rosary beads.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I was like, they were cool, you know?
I kind of wish you still had
I
them.
saw it as just a necklace.
They'd be good for, like, studio decoration.
But, I mean, it was very strange. But then, of course, I got
What is
kicked
the
out.
rosary beads? It has the cross with the dude on it, right? It has that?
Yeah, it has that, yeah. But it's like, it's a necklace, and then it's like another little necklace after that.
It's too much, I know that.
It's like a necklace, and then it's got like another string or whatever, and then the little crucifix guy's on there.
Yeah.
Crucifix guy.
Just dead Jesus
Right?
hanging around your neck.
Crucifix guy, like, is a stand-in for Jesus. It was a generic one, right?
Crucifix guy sounds like an Adam Sandler character on SNL.
Crucifix guy.
He's like, I'm crucifix guy. My hands got holes, you know?
Yeah.
It's not that funny if you read it out, but if he says it, it works.
People keep trying to get him like liquids to hold in his hands, and it's pouring out.
Dude, why don't we write on SNL? Is there a reason?
Right. Yeah, we're not good writers.
Well,
I think we just come up with a good idea for something, and they're like, yeah, we'll make it work.
crucifix guy would be great.
Yeah, I don't know about now, though.
I'm just saying, like,
They don't really try to push the envelope anymore, you know?
if they came and they were like, man, we really would like to get Dwight and Jeremy as writers on SNL, they're like, show it to like the main boss. They're like, here, just look at some of their stuff, listen to some of their stuff. Like, we wouldn't get in on that. We've said, like, I think we had an episode where we basically ran down SNL for being weak.
Oh, they are?
They act edgy because they make fun of the president when mainstream news makes fun of the president. You're not edgy. You'd be edgy if you made jokes that went against the people the other side.
Uh-huh.
If you want to be edgy and funny, make jokes where he, like, wins in the joke.
Yeah.
Where he makes, like, whoever. I don't know, politics. You know, the white guy. Whatever. When he makes the left, the liberal types look bad in a joke. Make him a hero in a joke. It would be hilarious to people that hate Trump because it's going against the norm.
Uh-huh.
And it would be like people that don't like Trump would be like, would want to watch it. They're like, oh, it's cool seeing, like, cool Trump or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like the Trumpinator, and it's just him.
And then in the same episode, you can also do
You can make
the other
fun
way.
of. I'm not saying what they should do. I'm just saying everybody tries to act like
They're
SNL's
completely
awesome because they
one-sided
make
with
fun
it.
of.
Yeah.
Because they used to make fun of Obama and stuff, and it was like, yeah, it's good.
Their show has gotten very, very weak, though. They don't try to push anything.
The only thing good is Michael Che. you know?
Sure.
And Pete Davidson, I like when he's on them because he's just like kind of the same guy in whatever sketch they're doing.
I'm friends with, I think his name's Derek Gaines.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's, like, good friends with him.
Yeah, Derek Gaines is a comedian.
Yeah, we used to watch Broke Ass Game Show on MTV. Fucking funny ass show, him and that white dude. And then, like, all of a sudden they just, like, fell off. They don't do nothing no more.
They probably just do comedy.
Yeah, I know, but I mean on there they didn't do nothing anymore. I've seen him on
I think Derek
Gaines.
Gaines is on Real Life Podcast sometimes.
Oh, he was pretty funny on there though. But I have him on Facebook.
Yeah.
Derek Gaines.
Yeah, he's a pretty funny dude. But SNL, if they want to like really shake things up, they should hire us. What do they pay? Pretty good?
I don't know.
More than you make now?
I mean, one of them.
They would have to.
One of them was fucking Ariana Grande. So I think he makes a little bit of money. You know what I mean? however much that costs.
You don't need money to fuck Ariana
It's not
Grande.
very much, but it might be.
You gotta have a big dick.
Grande amount of.
You have to have a grande dick.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter money. She has all the money. You go to like McDonald's, you're like, I'll pay. She's like, shut up.
McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Whatever. You go to a restaurant, you're like, I'll pay, and she's like, you ever do that where you're with somebody, like not on a date or anything, but when you're with somebody and you're like, oh, I'll pay for mine, and then you're looking like hoping they're like, no, I got it, because you're not gonna argue again. It's I'll pay. They're like, no, I got it. Like, oh, okay. You know, if you're really brave, you'll argue the second time and let it go back to them and let them say again, and then they pay, and you don't feel like an asshole. Or you can do the old like, I forgot
You're
my
like,
wallet.
no, I really will. You know, you're like, I'll buy this time and next time. It's like, no, I'm gonna buy this time and next time. You set it up, right?
Yeah. Dude, one time...
Next time y'all go to, like, a nice restaurant, right? Like, remember last time? You said you pay.
You just kill them after they get all done, all they're paying. I remember one time at work, we went in the store, me and the guy I work with, and I had my wallet, but I didn't have any money, because, like, I didn't, like...
So the wallet was useless.
Yeah. I could prove that I'm over 18, that's it. You know? As if my gray hair and wrinkles didn't prove that. But, so I had, like, this cash... And a lot of times I'll open my wallet and set the cash and close it. I don't put it in the little pocket. And when I had dropped my wallet into the console of my car the day before, the money had fell out. And I knew as soon as I got, like, going to work...
You don't know how to use a wallet
No, I
program.
do, but I'm just lazy. So I opened my wallet and I was like, shit, I got no money. So I put it in my pocket. So we go to the store. And I told him, I was like, man, I forgot my wallet. Because it's easier to say than I forgot my money. Okay. So later on, so we go to the store and he buys, like, me some drinks or whatever it is for the day. And then later on in the day, he's like, hey, do you get that key for that thing? And I reach out, I pull my wallet out, set it on the console, and then dig and get the key out. And I see him look at the wallet and then look at me, and then he didn't say nothing.
He's like, what the fuck?
I could have, if he would have said something, I would have just been like, explain to him. But it's kind of funnier that I did. He's like, this motherfucker. My wallet's just sitting, and it's thick, too, because I got a lot of, like, things, not money in it.
Yeah.
And
he's probably like, man, he made me buy his fucking drinks.
And it probably seemed like I did it as a dick move because I just laid it on the console right between us. It's just when I have shit in my pockets, it's hard to... I guess if you're... if we have any listeners that aren't... Not that even aren't fat, but they're in, like, great shape, is it easier to dig in your pockets? I feel like it is.
I'm sure.
I have humongous thighs, which push out against my pockets. So when I get my hand in there, even if my pants fit loose, it's very hard to get my hand into my pocket. So when I need to get that key out,
You
or
probably
whatever,
don't have as fat of hands either, right?
Yeah, I know. I do have, like, thick hands.
Yeah.
Like, bottom to top, especially the one I broke. That motherfucker's thick. Look at it. I got a thick... My hand's not straight. It's like... Looks like a duck from that angle. That's the eye.
Are you drunk?
No. But I am gonna get drunk.
When?
Wedding. I only get
You have a
drunk at
wedding
weddings,
going
and there's 2 coming up this coming year.
I don't have any weddings that I'm going to.
Dude, I'm gonna be fucked. You should come to the one I'm going to.
Unless our little sister gets married one day.
She will one day, but you need to come to the one I'm going to.
No.
Just get hammered, dude.
No. Who's getting married?
Carly and Paula.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going.
Dude, we need to just get fucking lit and just act a fool.
No.
Me and you, dude. Like
We can do
the
that
old days.
anyway.
Like the
Not to
old
get drunk.
days.
No.
We'll just be at the wedding with headsets on.
No. Anyways, you have something else?
Besides getting hammered.
Really?
Oh, you know what I was thinking? My son the other day, not my son, my nephew was telling me that he got a book from the library. And he opened it up and has a little card who checked it out. And his dad had checked it out.
Oh, that's cool.
And
On the same card.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think what it was like, the card was like...
Filled out already?
Like it was... I don't know if there were 2 cards or if it was just 1 card, but it was filled... There was like a shitload on it. So his dad had checked it out like in 1992 or 94 or whatever. I mean, it's been like 20-something years, you know?
Yeah.
But there would be like 90-something and then 2000-something, like 5 or 6, and then, you know what I mean? But anyway, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, my dad read that book and this and that. It'd be funny if he found like a pube in it or something. But anyway, I was thinking, I was like, my son...
Yeah, but it's like 20 years ago. It could have been anyone's pube, right?
Yeah, but I like...
He's like, no, that looks just like it.
He tastes it. Yep, that's Dad. So I was thinking, though, my son will never have that moment. Because when I went to school, I would never check out books. I would just find one I wanted, take it, and keep it. use the library as it's meant my whole tenure.
Well, when I was like a kid or whatever, like, you know, that we still did the card thing, but then they ended that. You just
They might not have it now, but it might just have the card in it.
Like
so
when we moved here and I was in high school, when you check something out, it was just in the computer.
So that's probably why the card would still have a 20-something. Like, it's still in that, written on the thing.
Yeah.
But I thought, like, my son will never have that joy. And he knows that story now, so when he goes to school, every time he checks a book, he'll be like, Dad. Of course, we go to different schools, but if he ends up going to the school I went to, he's like, nope, Dad's not in this one either.
He like his first day, he looks for every book. And he just looks through, and he gets home, you're like, I didn't find one. You're like, I didn't even go to school here. You're like, good luck. Right? And
even if I had any book I ever checked out, I still have, or I threw it in the trash after I read it.
He's never gonna find one that you know.
That's back in those days, you didn't hear much about it. But they talk about now, like, anxiety and all that. I didn't like the process of going up there and doing the librarian thing. So I would just find the book I want and just, like, look around, nobody's looking, put it under my arm and go. You have what's the book you have?
Cat.
Is that it? I Love Cats?
No.
Oh.
It has a black cat on it. I don't know.
Yeah, you have some cat book that you checked out in, like, 4th grade or maybe before
she
that.
paid for it.
Eventually?
Yeah, it was left underneath her
all the bills,
my mom's
all
seat.
the bills that Mom just let go to collections.
She had to pay like $9 for that or something like that.
We still have,
back then, $9 was a lot of money.
Mom,
to her, yeah.
She's like, that's 4 tables. She's a waitress.
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean,
a waitress.
She, it was like, she blamed me all the time. It was underneath her seat. And then, like,
she worked 2 jobs. Give her a break.
I still have the book somewhere, though.
Of course, she only had to work those 2 jobs because you didn't take the book back.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we have, remember when we were kids and we would go to the movie rental and we'd rent like 7 movies and then we get so late we'd owe like $80. We just go to the other one in town. But I don't know, was it you that had a Blockbuster or something movie? Or was it Amanda?
Yeah, it must have been Amanda.
I remember seeing one time. It was like a VHS. It was just a Blockbuster rental movie. And I was like, holy shit. We must owe like millions at this point.
If they still count it. There still is one.
I think there's probably a couple.
I heard there's one.
I always hear that too, but I've heard there's 1, 2 or 3 different times, and the one they said was different. One said there's 1 left, and it's in Alaska. Another one's like there's 1 left, it's in Australia. There's 1 left. Yeah. I've heard like 2 or 3 different places. I think it was Alaska, because like up there it's hard to get like satellite. I don't know why. They're at the top. They're at the top of the world.
You can get Redbox, right? Think of the guy that has to drive from like Washington to
but Redboxes are...
right? He'd probably fly, but I mean...
Redboxes are all outside, though. You can't stand outside long in Alaska. It's fucking cold.
They can be inside as long as the place is 24.
Okay, you're killing my...
You know what I mean?
So maybe there's Redboxes.
People are like freezing, sitting there trying to wait.
They're like, I don't know, do you want to watch 4 Weddings and a Funeral, or...
They got old movies, too? Is that what you're saying?
I was thinking about that movie the other day because somebody said, I got to go to 4 weddings this year. I was like, and hopefully a funeral, you know. I know. Sometimes I say so because I'm like, it's a reference to a movie. Then I realize I just hope somebody they love dies.
Yeah, no, right?
I just get a weird look.
You're like, it could be just someone, you you start explaining it. Someone
maybe
you knew of, maybe in school. Right?
Maybe it's your funeral. You're not sad at your own funeral. You're dead. Just your kids are sad.
They're like, make sure you go to those 4 weddings first. Oh, shit.
I really did say that to one of my sisters-in-law. She's like, man, I gotta go to 4 weddings this year. I was like, and hopefully a funeral. And as I said it, I was like, yeah, I guess that's not...
Is it sisters-in-law?
Sisters-in-law, yeah.
It's not sister-in-law.
Because it's more than one sister-in-law. It's not more than one law of sisters. You know what I mean? Sister-in-laws is what people say because it sounds more normal. But sisters-in-law is...
sounds stupid.
Sisters-in-law.
There's some shit in this fucking language, though, dude.
If you're not related to me before I got married, I don't care about you.
There's what is it? They said that English is the hardest language to...
I doubt that, because I've seen Gooks talk and it seems like not human.
What, you make a movie? those people?
Yeah, they're just like...
No, but I mean, like, they're how they speak, like, the words are on
our
weird.
grammar is tricky.
Yeah. That's what it's got to end up being.
Oh, trust me, dude, my son's learning how to read it. And today we were watching a football game, and the Giants were playing. And he saw their logo, and it said GIANTS or whatever. And he's like, what is that team? And I was like, the Giants. And he's like, doesn't giant start with J? And I was like, I get why you would think that, and it should. But no, he's like, G is G.
He's like, that's giants.
Yeah.
Right?
And I was like, look, dude, all that shit goes out the window with like half the words. Half the words go by those rules and half don't. Nat
The teacher's going to be trying to explain something. He's like, all right, all that shit went out the window.
Yeah. I did tell him, I was like, dude, Nat starts with a G. And he's like, his eyes got big. He's like, why? I was like, I don't know. Nobody knows.
It's silent. But it's got to be there.
I tried to explain silent letters to him. And I was like, sometimes, because his name, I was like, your name starts with a C. And that's K. And I was like, sometimes C makes like an S sound. And he looked confused. And I was like, and sometimes it's a silent letter to start. And that's what I was explaining, like Nat and like, you know, all that shit. Knob and shit. Mm-hmm. And he just like, you could see his little brain was fixing to just blow out his ears. He's like, why? And I was like, I don't know. I think it's just to make it tricky. I think it's just to fuck you.
I think like they did that because it was like code talkers, right? So I guess they write a note.
They're like, the gnat is in the salad. There's always gnats around salad. I don't know why. It's gross.
The Japs are trying to figure it out. They're like, I don't know what this means.
They're like, why would
something's in the salad.
They're like, what's a gnat? What's a gnat? They're like, I've studied English at university.
What the fuck is in the salad? They have an award-winning salad, and we want to know what's in it. Right?
They're trying to find what a gnat is. They're like, I think it's a fruit, a dried fruit. Because there's a fruit that sounds like gnat. What is it?
I don't know.
It's a dried one. Cranberry. Anyway. Yeah, I just like, it's like, hit the brakes. But, yeah, trying to explain to a 4-year-old who's just learning how to, like, read.
How to explain anyone. Me and you can't explain it.
The only reason I know
we're in our 30s.
The only reason I know Nat starts with a G is because it's so fucking weird. It just never left me.
Yeah.
Nat. Gnat. Knee? Knee?
No. Cano.
It should be.
Right.
N-O and K-N-O-W are spelled nothing alike, and they sound exactly alike. And we expect these kids to learn. I'm scared my son may never learn how to read. And he's a pretty, like...
We did.
He's... how?
I know. That's what
Our
I'm
little
saying.
white trash brains were just like...
That's why the teachers, like, tell them certain ways, and it have to go in a certain order.
Yeah, but it's all, like, mnemonic devices to remember stuff. Like, even the fucking alphabet is like a song. It's like A, B, C. But then it's like, all right, G makes the G sound. And sometimes the N sound. Doesn't make any sense. And sometimes the J sound. Like, I don't know how my son will ever learn. He's a fairly smart guy. Like, even your kid, like your daughter, it's like, seems pretty smart. But I just think, like, she just may be illiterate. Both of them.
Yeah.
How can they learn this shit?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know. It blows my mind because every time my son is just always wrong. He'll be so proud and come tell me, hey. And he always picks one that's a weird one. He's like, hey. You know, like I said, like, knee. He's like, knee, nah. Starts with an N. And I'm like, it breaks my heart. I'm like, nope. It starts with the motherfucking K. And he's like, but
yeah, when they start with that one at the beginning, right?
He's like, K is K. And I'm like,
Right? They start out with A and they skip some certain ones.
Well, he always comes home with his little papers and it'll be like, C is for cat. Well, fuck, everybody knows that. You're born knowing that.
They gotta start knowing that. Anyways.
I'm ready to get into algebra and, like, philosophy.
No, you're not.
Teach him. I know, I'm not going to be able to help him with algebra. He's like, what's A squared? I was like, I don't know. 2 A's?
You're like, it's an A in a box.
A square.
You can draw an A in a square. You just gotta, you know what I mean?
And he's going to fail that so bad.
All right, so I always did good in math.
I'm just going to send him to you when it's math shit.
Yeah, I don't know the new, you know what I mean? Like, we used to, there was certain, like, formats they teach us. Like,
it's easy till 9th grade, though.
It's just, like, once it gets, you know, like a foil, I think is what it was called, and they don't even teach that anymore. They teach something else.
Foil?
Foil means
that's home ec.
F-O-I-L. There's like certain different little, I don't remember what the fuck it was or how to do it. It's like you draw like a box or something and you draw like the little lines in it, I think.
What?
And then like you put certain numbers. I knew how to do it when they taught me.
Why do you need to know how to do that?
I don't know. It was to figure out something. I don't remember what. A lot of times I just figured out my own way to do it and did it in my head and the teacher would get mad.
I would just think like how many numbers are there? I'm just going to pick one and maybe I'm right.
I told I turned in my paper and I didn't have a show your worksheet or whatever. And I guess I turned it in first. And she's like, you didn't show your work. And I was like, I didn't. I did it in my head. She's like, I can't do this in my head. And I was like, sorry. So she made me sit at her desk and take it again in front of her. And she never, for the rest of that year or the next, asked for show my worksheet again.
Now, here's the difference in me and you.
She's like, I don't know how he fucking cheated, but I know he did. Right?
It's like on Catch Me If You Can. The guy thinks he cheated to pass the bar. Anyway, if I was in that situation, I had to sit at my desk in front of her.
I want to see that movie now.
All I would want to do is write upside down, like, fuck you. Like, where it's right side for her. Because I'm like, fuck you. I did my work. I don't care what you say.
And, I did it.
I was a bad student.
I did it. I mean, I made the same grade or whatever.
Did you ever take one of those tests where you have to it's like a standardized test, like TOS test, tax test. And you have to just fill in a little bubble?
Everyone does that.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying.
They feed it through a machine. The fucking bitch doesn't even have to do her job and grade it.
They would be like, you have to use a number 2. And if you ever have wondered what personality type I am, I found a number 1 pencil and used it every time.
And it worked.
Yes, of course it worked.
Yeah, but why do they say a number 2 pencil?
They always would say that. It has to be a number 2 pencil. It's like, fuck you. So
why do y'all give up on number 1? Right?
Why do you skip straight to number 2? It's a shit pencil.
I'm gonna come out with a number 3 pencil,
name.
Right? Number 3 pencil.
Number 17 pencil by now.
Like what is that for now? You know?
There's no they would always say that, and it has something to do.
It's the kind of lead that's in it, or what?
I guess so. They're like, it has to be. Like, no, it doesn't, because I did good on tests and bad on tests, and in all those tests I use the same shitty pencils that you're not supposed to use. I did it though.
You don't miss school?
I miss being that. I miss that because I had this streak of like I had to be defiant.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to do this, I can't. I have to do the other, and I miss that. But as far as like being so like, can I go to the bathroom, Mrs. H? And she's like, no, I can't. I couldn't take that back then.
Like,
and now I would shoot the school up.
I remember I still have a hall pass from my English teacher. Like, it's like it has their name on it or whatever.
Can you use it now to fuck other women? Have you seen that movie Hall Pass?
It's the boys. Oh, I was like, it's the boys. Hall Pass.
You give the Hall Pass to your wife, you're like fucking some chick. She's like, what is the? She doesn't get the reference.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, that movie, Owen Wilson.
Did I ever? I know I told you this
Jason
story.
Sudeikis.
It's a pretty decent. I mean, it's a stupid movie, but it's fine. I know I told you
this story. I like when
they're
talking shit about the rich people in the kitchen. And
it's on camera. Right? Yeah.
Anyways.
I like. I just one more.
Okay.
I just said this movie sucks. I like when they're at the dude's office and they're like, "We have this hall pass, and our wife said we can have sex with anybody we want." And the one guy's like, "I'm just gonna fuck that girl over there." Like he doesn't know that.
Like, I'm gonna go fuck the secretary while you do that. Like, he thought it was gonna be that easy.
Like that secretary would ever fuck him just because his wife says.
Like
it's okay.
He's gonna go do something. He's gonna go like fuck her real quick. Like
anyway. What do you remember? I told you this story. I'm sure I know I have, but I've never said
school?
it on here. Yeah.
Okay. I probably have heard it.
Yeah, you've definitely heard it, but I like to tell stories on here. So when I was like a freshman. I was in this class of like rejects for algebra, and so it was mostly juniors and seniors.
Math models.
No. It was Algebra 1. It was mostly juniors and seniors who had yet to pass Algebra 1 and had to before they could graduate. Right? It was a fuck up class. So, and the class right after ours was just a regular Algebra 1 class, and it just worked out to where they were all, like, good at algebra, I guess. And the teacher would even, like, openly to us say that, I can't wait till the next class gets in here, because we were bad. Like, just terrible. So, one day, we come into class, and there's all this food out. And we're like, fuck yeah. It's like a party or something. And then he tells us, he's like, no, I got the food out ready. The next class is going to have a party because they all made over an 85 on their test or something like that.
Oh, shit.
And we're like, you motherfucker. So, dude, I wish I could remember the dude's name. Remember the dude with the messed up teeth that used to hook up with Woody?
Oh, yeah.
You know him, right?
Yeah.
That dude was in that class, and he was like, so we don't get to eat any of the food for the party? The teacher's like, no, y'all don't deserve it. Y'all made bad grades. He goes, opens the windows of the class, and starts throwing their food out into, like, the yard of the school. And I was like, wow. I don't think I'm going to help him, but I am fully support. I'm in full. It's like, my name's Jeremy Hadley, and I approve this message. This dude just starts picking up, like, casserole, cheese dip, fucking, like, the little
throwing
sausages.
The whole thing out of there.
Throwing it out in the yard. And the teacher's like this, like, older guy. Physically, he couldn't stop. If he grabs that guy was like, would do anything. He might punch him. He might, whatever. So the teacher's like, I can't remember his name. I know his last name. Anyway, he's like, Jimmy, stop. And he's like, if we can't eat it, nobody can.
Wow, I've never heard this.
Because he was so excited when we walked in, we saw food, and we're like, oh, I guess we've been doing good lately. I don't know why we didn't think, like, when you have food at your school, you bring it.
Yeah.
The teacher doesn't cook all this shit and bring it.
Come up with a fucking Thanksgiving dinner for you. Yeah.
And I just remember, God damn, I wish I could remember his name. Just because, you know the part, you know when you pull up in the, like, front of the old high school I went to? And there's all that old-looking building with the windows? It was one of those. It was facing out towards, like, the flagpole and all that. And he was just... They were sitting on the shelf, like the windowsill shelf, and he just opened the windows, just starts flipping them out. So food's just flying, just running down the side of the building, all over the fucking place.
Shit.
And the teacher finally like calls in the principal and assistant principal, and they restrain him, but he's like fighting. You know that scene? Have you ever seen the movie Mystic River?
Okay, sounds familiar.
You know the scene when Sean Penn finds out his daughter died, and it takes like 12 cops to hold him back?
Okay.
That's what I think of when I think of them trying to get the guy. And they're pulling him back, and he's like, but he keeps saying, if we can't eat, nobody can. And they didn't get to eat. He threw most of it out.
So the class comes in the next day, like, we get to eat.
There's just empty containers.
They're like, we get to eat next period. And they're like, we hear something down the hall, but oh well, we're going to get to eat. They come in class, and it's just a mess.
That guy will forever be on, like, I have a list of like, people I look up to. George Carlin's on the list, you know. Some people might have presidents on it.
Yeah.
That dude, I want to say his name was Sean, but I can't remember his first name. The other crazy thing he did was he started hooking up with a notorious, very fat gay dude from our town. It was the weirdest coupling.
Maybe it's all, like, as a joke.
I remember he told us this, because someone was making fun of him. They're like, dude, I heard you let Woody suck your dick. And he's like, yeah, but I'm not gay. He sucks my dick. And I was like, I remember thinking at the time, like, I mean, it holds up. You know? That's pretty solid logic.
Oh, shit.
But the other thing that dude did, the same dude in that same class, somehow he didn't get, like, expelled for life for the food incident. He, when the teacher was up writing on the chalkboard, he threw his gum and landed right on the teacher's seat. And I still remember the teacher wear, like, khaki, like, slacks or whatever. And, so anyway, so the teacher's like finished writing and sits in his chair and starts talking. And when he sits down, everybody starts laughing. Because I'm sure somebody on the corners that could see his seat must have been like, it made it, you know? Because everybody knew that it made it. And this whole class was just degenerates, dude.
Yeah, I've been in those.
Yeah, I mean, just fuck-ups. And speaking of that, remind me, I have another degenerate class story. So he throws the gum, it sticks on the teacher's thing. Teacher sits in it. We're all laughing. He's like, what's so funny? And he stands up. He's like, what's so funny? We just can't stop laughing. And he's like, he turns around to the board, and like, I guess he's gonna make some kind of like, if you think that, then we're gonna go back and do more equations. And you could see the gum on his ass. It was right in the middle.
Was it all dudes in the class?
There was a couple of girls, but they were like, you know, like cholo girls, cholos.
Okay, yeah. So
like Mexican girls that didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like the teacher would be like, you gotta do your homework. Like, we're gonna call your mom. Call that bitch. She'll tell you. You can't tell me nothing. Like, that kind of shit. It was hilarious. There was one dude in the class who, you know.
You know that guy just, like, wished all of y'all would die.
Dude,
like,
he must have fucking hated it.
He's probably sitting at home right now, if he's still alive.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, talking shit about him now. Like, it's again.
And he's like, I am 100% certain no one from that class knows the first thing about algebra. Yeah. Like... This one day he was saying, because it was like football season, you know, football's real big around here, and he was like, how many of you are on the football team? And like a couple of us raised their hand or whatever. And he's like, I was gonna let y'all out a little early because like the next class was athletics. And he's like, I was gonna let y'all out a little bit early and so y'all could do. And then later on at the end of class, he's like, so how many of y'all were in football? Everybody in the class raises their hand. And he's like, really? I'm talking girls, like a fat guy that couldn't even make it for band. They all raise their hand. He's like, really? Which one of y'all are football players? And everybody just holds it. I mean, like, no, everybody, that class was what teamwork could really accomplish. Nobody would put their hands down. Now, me personally, it hurt me. I really did play football, and I didn't get to get out early because our whole class was dicks, but I supported being dicks. But anyway, the other one, and I'm just like, going off on crazy like high school stories. My high school, you know, it was a little bit rowdy. So we had this English class, and you know the teacher. You know the dude that used to wear the little newsy hat?
Yeah.
And he'd go to the football. Okay. So he's this little guy. He looks like if David Spade never made it.
You told me this one.
Yeah.
I think.
So our class was kind of rowdy in this one. It wasn't bad kids like it was in the other one. That algebra class, I would guess 80% of those are in jail or have been. I have been, and I'm part of the...
Some of them might have killed the other ones.
I'm sure. Well, I know, yeah. Oh, dude. One of them got murdered.
Really?
Sam was in that class.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, one of the guys in that class got murdered.
Damn.
So, anyway, the murderer who killed him was still in junior high at the time, so he wouldn't have been in that class. But if he had been in high school, he'd have been in there.
Wow.
I'm guessing that the administration was trying to force this algebra teacher to retire.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, fourth period's going to be a lot of fun. Look at this.
Like, he wants to retire next year.
He's just good. It should have been a school shooting. He should have shot everyone in that class.
Uh-huh.
But so the other class, the other teacher, his name is Mr. McClure, and he always wear like one of those newsy hats. Looking back now, I think he was probably a cool guy. But also, a lot of girls stayed after class, went to lunch with, like stayed in his class at lunch. I don't think he was fucking them. I don't think that dude fucked. Not girls anyway. But so we were in that class, and it was like a.
Do they play with his hacky sack?
Yes. It's funny because he really looks like, he's so much a hacky sack guy, like, he just looks like a hacky sack.
Yeah.
But,
he's probably like, playing right now, right?
I'm sure of it.
While the other guy's talking about y'all's class.
The other guy's got a pistol in his
They're
mouth.
having like a reunion or whatever.
He's like, I just never got over it. So, Mr. McClure was a really small guy, like a little over 5 feet tall, a little over 100 pounds. He was a good teacher, though. I actually liked him. He was a nice guy, and he taught like English or whatever. We read Romeo and Juliet. I remember that in that class. So anyway, we would always just do whatever we wanted in that class. If you wanted to go to the bathroom, you didn't ask. You just went to the bathroom. If you didn't want to do your work, if you didn't turn in your homework...
He's probably terrified of y'all.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with, like, rules or nothing. He just didn't want y'all to bully him. Because in high school, it was enough.
And we did. If you didn't turn in your work, and he'd be like, oh, Jeremy, you didn't turn in that assignment. I'm like, yeah, I did. And he's like, no, I don't think you did. I'm like, dude, it's in there. You must have lost it. And he's like, would you be okay with getting a 75 on it? I'm like, yeah, sure. I never did it. I did that a lot of times. So I'm sure some people haggled for an A. If you just really like strong arm and push them up against a locker.
I could have sworn I saw on your desk. It had an A on it.
Some guy gets 101. But
it's an extra credit line, man.
So one time we were in class, and the class was being rowdy or whatever, and he's like, y'all need to calm down. I don't want to have to call the principal. And they're like, call him. Y'all are both pussies. People were like that, like just whatever.
Oh, shit.
And then he's like, look, if y'all don't, and then somebody's like, Mr. McClure, come here. I'll tell you. And we get close, and there's this closet with only a doorknob on the outside. And they're like, come on. And they just like ease him. It wasn't like violent. They just ease him in the closet, and there was nothing he could do about it. It's a big, like 6'3", 240-pound football player. Ease him in the closet and shut it. And he's knocking on the door. Come on, guys, let me out. And we're like, hold on. We're like, no, we're just going to do our homework. Just stay in there. We'll stay out here. And he's like, guys. And he's like banging on the door now. He's probably terrified, confined space. And I don't know why that exists.
Or it just reminded him of high school.
Yeah, he's like, get me out of my locker, Dale. We're like, who's Dale? But I don't know why that closet exists. Why is there a closet that you can't open from the inside? Like, why is that in a school? They're like, school shooting. They're like, you should have put it back the other way.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Okay.
You can't get out when everything's clear, but he can open it up and just like fucking pump lead into the closet.
It's a panic room. When you're in it, you panic.
Yeah, he was panicking. He was banging, guys, you're all gonna get rode up. And here's the thing, as I recall, nobody got in trouble. Nobody got I didn't, and I was directly involved.
Nowadays, he would have a cell phone. He could have called the teacher. Back then, no.
Yeah. 1999, 2000, he was just fucked.
Y'all are like, listen, there's some thud. And he's playing hacky sack in there.
Which is impressive because it's dark.
Yeah.
He's like, I play by feel, guys. But I kind of feel bad on that one because he was a pretty... I kind of would see him around after I was out of school, and he was just a nice guy.
It was a very bad school because where you went to high school, the same town I went to junior high.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was in 8th grade, Miss Espinosa got both her legs broken because a kid threw a desk at her. A kid threw a desk at her and broke both her legs.
But what did she do to provoke that?
I don't know, right?
She's like, "Do your homework, Juan." He's like, "Here's my homework."
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember who it was, but I remember
both of her legs.
Both of them, yeah.
She said, like, you know when they say like when you see those memes and stuff, it's like, I didn't sign up for this. I just wanted to be a teacher, not have to buy my own supplies and shit. This bitch really didn't.
Yeah.
She's like, I never thought when I was going to college to be a teacher that double broken legs was a possibility.
And she went back. I mean, I think
why?
She still teaches, right?
They should have brought fucking Stand and Deliver guy to teach there. My stories are funny. Yours is like not.
I remember, like, in junior high there, it was horrible. You didn't go to junior high there, and I didn't go to high school there, so we both have different stories there.
Yeah.
Mine was, like, it was rough.
And this isn't, like, if you're listening, this isn't, like, an inner-city school. This is a very small-town school.
Yeah, it was very, I mean, and so, from what I've heard, it's completely a different story now, the whole thing.
You got a staircase at the school now. You can't be a dick. Oh, that'd be easy to break a teacher's leg there.
But, yeah, I remember...
Push her down the stairs.
I remember, actually, in 6th grade... You know, like when the bell rings, everybody goes out in the halls. Like the whole 6th grade was all in one building, and as everybody's out in the hall, and somebody had one of those little. People used to always have the little shooters, you know, with little paper wads and stuff.
Spitballs.
But people had the rubber bands, and they would fling shit.
Oh, you fold up a piece of paper.
Well, somebody
where it was real small and hard, and shoot
somebody
with a rubber
flung
band.
like a little half pencil, and it hit a girl in the eye.
Oh shit!
Like, and I think.
I hope it was that teacher.
Oh no,
she looks like a pirate. She's like, I'm missing a leg, and I got a patch on my eye.
She's got 2 back legs.
I hope it was her.
Oh shit!
All she needs, like, really, all she needs is the fucking parrot.
Anyways, she's
like, welcome to art class.
I heard the little girl like lost her eye.
Motherfucker.
And they never could say who. Never could
they couldn't find it.
Like that's what I heard.
Look on the end of a pencil.
I don't remember who it was. I mean, there was like 150 people in there.
I feel like you would see a one-eyed girl around the next few years.
No, I don't. Like, I don't think. I think they moved because like the school couldn't like prove who it was. You know. You know what I mean? And
I would first question the guy that broke the teacher's leg.
Like they wanted justice.
Yeah.
You know, so they like let it go.
That is the perfect crime, though. Shoot a pencil across the class. Nobody does.
It wasn't across the class. It was across the hallway. There was like you know, like 100 yards down. Or something. Not even 100 yards.
Blink.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but I mean, you're just like sitting there walking, and it's flying across the thing, and it's just, yeah.
She's probably.
I remember hearing about it like later in the day, so I never even saw it happen.
She didn't either.
You know. But
I didn't see anything from her right side.
Creepy as shit, yeah.
But that's one of those things where, like, we talked about it a few episodes ago.
This is the same school where that one kid shit his pants playing basketball.
Yeah,
and
the kid shit on the basketball court.
And they told us that, like, all right, he's coming back. Tony's coming back. Nobody make fun of him. We were like, I can't wait till he comes back. I can't wait till he comes back. You know what I mean? Like,
I thought I said before, it's like
every time I see him, that's immediately what I think.
Everybody that knows him does.
I mean, he's like 6'2", whatever now. He's a big guy.
Doesn't matter. He's 30 years old.
Every time I see him, I'm like, that dude shit in his pants. Like, a turd rolled down his leg.
On the basketball court.
During a game.
God.
Like, it was like, beep. You know, he's like over there and he's like dribbling and then, you know.
They're like, Tony.
The ball, like,
Tony puts it up for 3. I don't know. I think that's 2.
Oh, shit.
You're right. I see the shit right in front of the 3-point line. Yeah, that guy that shit in his pants is infamous for shitting in his pants. The guy who broke the teacher's legs, nobody fucks with him still, I bet.
Yeah, I don't remember who that was.
If you did, though, you wouldn't.
Because I was in 8th grade, so it was 2 years behind me. It was a 6th grade teacher.
A 6th grader broke somebody's legs?
Yeah. It was a 6th grader. I mean, he might have, like, was supposed to be a 7th grader.
Just for like people whose maybe their schools are set up different. A 6th grader's what, like 11?
Yeah, 11 or 12 maybe, yeah.
An 11-year-old broke 2 legs. It's pretty impressive. I've never broke any legs.
Like, he threw a desk at her, and it, like, I guess it hit her, both her shins.
I could see how throwing a desk is somebody could break their legs for sure.
Yeah.
Just for an 11-year-old to throw a desk is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Actually, when I was in 6th grade, there was a girl, it's a white girl named Lantoya or something like that. And I heard that she quit school because she was pregnant.
But wasn't she also in 8th grade, but she was supposed to be like a sophomore?
Well, no, that was in 6th grade. But I'm pretty sure she was supposed to be a 7th or 8th grader.
She got knocked up.
She was very, very far behind, yeah.
But anybody listening to this is like, I don't know what school district they are, but I don't care if houses are free. I'm not moving there.
I remember when I was in, I think it was in 7th grade, there was a girl named Sandra that everyone heard that she was fucking some high school dude at the apartments. And I was like, she was like having sex. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, you don't know that kind of stuff back then, right?
You definitely don't. You know what it is, but you don't have any, like, in your brain that you or your friends would be doing it.
Yeah, I know. They're like, yeah, she was like out on the balcony where everybody could see. I was like, what? I
knew a girl who was your age, maybe younger. Yeah, your age. She was like 8th grade. And I knew a dude who was a senior who was fucking her. And she was in 8th grade. And because he told me one time, it was a dude that I played football with, and he was telling me, he's like, he's like, what you got to do, you got to find a girl that, like, doesn't know whatever. You just, like, take her out sometimes. And I was thinking, like, I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, all right. But yeah, I don't know if it's maybe the same girl. Maybe he was fucking her at the apartments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
like 18 and 13 that's
when you read an old story, from, like, back in, like, olden times, you'll see, like, she got married at 13. You're like, I get it. It was the times, you know what I mean? Uh-huh. But when you read an old story from 2001, you know what I mean? It's, like, a little bit different.
But even back then, it was dudes, like, in 30s, 40s.
Married 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they didn't fuck for a while.
I don't know.
I'm thinking they didn't fuck until they were, like, 14, 15. Some 14-year-olds.
She probably just, like, cleaned up in the kitchen. And he was, like, fucking one of the other chicks for a while.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then, like, when she got a little bit older, he's like, it's time, right?
He wouldn't even see, because...
He's like, it's your 14th birthday. He's like, I've been waiting 6 years for this shit.
He's like, blow it out. But I don't know, because, like, nowadays, the way women dress is, like, they show their cleavage off, or they wear, like, short shorts or something like that. But when they're wearing those crazy dresses, like... Body-wise, there's no difference in a 30-year-old and a 12-year-old. You can't see anything on any of them,
Yeah.
Long sleeves, dresses to the floor, you know what I mean? So I guess I kind of get that. But then once you get them naked,
yeah,
a 12-year-old, you're fucking a boy. Just it doesn't have a dick.
Maybe. I don't know. Nowadays, though, no. The milk and all this stuff that's in there got girls with big fucking tits sometimes.
Yeah, but even if they have big tits, I feel like it would be...
Not a boy. That's what I'm saying, though. It won't look like a boy with fucking knockers.
It looks a fat boy.
It looks like, I mean, like...
A fat boy. Imagine you just got a little fat son.
Like real fat ones back then, though.
You got a little fat son. He's like 12, and some 30-year-old dude wants to marry him. He's like, I saw those tits from a mile away, and I made up my mind. I'm marrying that. You're like, oh, okay.
You're like, all right, 5 goats. Anyways, all right, this has been episode 91. So, if you liked or anything we said,
and if you didn't like anything we said,
please go on to iTunes or whatever.
However you listen, if they have a rating,
subscribe,
and a rating and a 5-star thing, whatever.
Yeah. So
I talk for it. Like, I speak and people listen.
Anyways, rate and review us, please. Leave a comment or something like that. Please let us know anything that you want us to talk about. And anyways,
if you enjoy this, tell your friends.
Yeah.
That's the number one way we can get this to grow, is that if you like it, you tell your friends that that you like. If you like us and you like it and you like them, make us all come together.
Yeah. Also, if you have AIDS and you want to spread it, fuck your friends.
Yeah, spread AIDS. I don't care.
That's how things get spread. Either it's AIDS or it's us. Both similar.
Equivalent.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
AIDS is curable, so.
Yeah. The internet goes down, I guess we're cured.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, this has been episode 91. If you're listening to this, you are the bad vibe.